Well, I says recording, so I'm assuming that everything is good. We finally got some of the glitches ironed out. Christopher had to go to his laptop. Uh-oh. What's that coming in? You've got a phone call coming in?
Nothing that I'm going to take.
Okay. Anyway, this is Christopher Timms that you're looking at, and he's been a longtime friend of mine. He was a featured speaker many times in my Wednesday night spiritual awakening group here at the Mary Horgan Center, where I held weekly meetings for 8 years until my family moved in with me in November of 2008. If you go to his webpage, facebook.com Order of the Blue Star, you will notice that he is a teacher, healer, renegade, mystic. I can vouch for those, especially the last one. Christopher, let's have a conversation.
Thanks, Ron. I'm glad to spend the time with you. I know that you've been certainly through quite a journey in your own personal world, and it's just nice to be able to see and feel your energy up. And we all greatly are excited to know that you're more up now.
Yeah,
that's just a great thing. I've been doing what I've been doing for 27 years full on, and I'm the head of my own organization called the Order of the Blue Star.
And it's quite international now from what you were sharing with me before we turned the camera.
True. As the years have gone on, initially I started from the back of my van. I built a bed into the back of a van. I sold a couple motorcycles and a Jeep that I had and fixed up a van. And then I started just traveling. I started in Wilmington, Delaware, where I was born and raised, and just was traveling, teaching. And all I was doing was speaking to people about my life's experiences, what I found important, what I found to be nonsense, and just kind of go along with all of that. And there was no business plan. There was no backing or anything. It was me trying to figure it out as I went along. And within 2 years of that experience beginning in 1988, I was teaching formally in 18 different cities, from Vancouver to Montreal to Miami,
wow,
to Santa Cruz and Dallas. And I mean, and how it ever happened, I have no idea. It was just word of mouth.
Must have been the hand of God.
Right.
Destiny.
That's all, but boy, that's a lot, because my life for 15 years or so was the nonstop traveling enlightenment extravaganza. It's like being on tour with a band continuously. And that's really what it was like. Only there were no roadies. It was all just me, and so
now you're anchored in Palm Bay.
And that's what's just
but still connected to the whole world.
And that's it. I get to be connected to the world through my office right here. And as technology shifted, I found out about these amazing things called laptops, and just began to dive into this world. And with the technology, as you know, that's really just progressed so fast. I teach every week. I have people in my lectures, workshops, teachings from the corners of the globe, everywhere from Iceland, Norway, all over England, Europe, to Africa, Australia, New Zealand, everywhere. And it's just pretty amazing. The people from the islands, of course, and Canada, that's just normal.
Well, English has become the international language. They were trying to do that with French at one point, but English is the one that really caught on. And almost every country in the world has a lot of English-speaking people. And a lot of the media is in English. So that's certainly helpful.
Absolutely. And that's because of the technology that surged from here, that everybody had to have the common denominator, or using the technology would have been very difficult, And so it's been a great relief, because I was tired of all the traveling. And being here in Palm Bay, not only do we have the best of all of it, where we have the ocean, we have the climate, and we also have now the technology.
Do you see yourself? I know you used to speak at the Mary Horgan Center on a regular basis. Do you still speak locally? I know you speak at the what do you call it? The
Aquarian Dreams.
Aquarian Dreams. I know
once or twice a year. That's it. Yeah. But yeah, I look forward to being able to help support all the things that you do in the community, because that's really how we bring people to a new level of comfort so that they can let go and become aware of a bigger picture, is through our spiritual communities based all over the world.
Yeah, I know I've chosen at this point in time, because of the time in the hospital and everything, I was focusing more internationally. I'm bringing some of that focus back to local, because I really feel that I need the contact with people, the local support with other people that are working toward the same goal of awakening humanity, basically.
I think that's great. And one of the other things that I'm going to be doing, Ron, is people have been asking me to do retreats. And so I find no better place to do a retreat than Melbourne Beach, And so we could do an event at your center. We could have people come for like a long weekend of beach and teaching, and there's all kinds of great food. And in Melbourne, we have just an amazing assortment of all the different health food types of things. I mean, who would think that we have Happy Healthy Human, a total live foods restaurant in Melbourne, Florida, 4 major health food stores, all kinds of good stuff, as well as all the conventional things that people would enjoy eating. So to me, it would just be great to be able to incorporate our local community, to have things like at Aquarian Dreams, to have things with your group, incorporating with people that will come internationally for a whole long weekend.
Yeah, well, the idea of setting up retreat centers and stuff like that, and having full weekend retreats right here locally, sounds like a wonderful idea.
Oh yeah,
and you'd bring people in from all over, as you said.
Yeah, I would. I did a retreat. It was an intensive a while ago, a couple months ago, in near Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie, and the retreat was at a wonderful man's home that let us use his home. Beautiful, within the horse country down there and all that. And the retreat sold out in an hour.
Wow. How many people is that?
It was 20 people for each day, 2 different workshops. One was the healing work that I do, which is the tuning fork work that I pioneered 28 years ago now. And the other was a day called The Opening of the Gates, that was based on my experiences with the crystal skull, the Anna Mitchell Hedges crystal skull, and working with energy, just helping people open. And so I know that if we did a really nice, fun weekend, not a really intense, that was a really intense weekend. Just do something that would be really fun, beach, some good things, that it would be a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for everyone to come and enjoy Melbourne.
Yeah, it sounds like something to look forward to. I mean, for me personally, I want to get back into the local community, and I was focusing so much on the international scene, as I said, that especially with my family moving in, I lost touch. I just lost touch not having meetings, and so now I'm starting to go back to church every Sunday now, and but I have friends that are not Christian, and that's why I like Unity. Unity is more broad-based in their scope, and I'm not going to answer that phone. In fact, I'm going to. It's a telemarketer. I'm just going to pick it up and not even.
That's what you do with that. That's right. I agree. I really look forward to being more a part of the community, and we've got so many different groups here in Melbourne and in Palm Bay, and up to Vieira, all around. There's little pockets of people that as we can get these little pockets of people connected, then it forms just a really nice web of a community that I think that's really important for the shifts.
Speaking of the shifts, that's a good topic to go into a little bit. What do you see? I mean, people are predicting dates and times, and some of it this month and next month. Major things are going to be happening. What's your perspective on some of that?
Well, of course, we have the prophecy of the 4 blood moons, and with the 4th lunar eclipse, and if you look at the symptoms of what's going on, regardless of whether someone has a understanding or a belief in the prophecies, we're in a big bottleneck, which has been coming for a number of years. And the bottleneck does happen to be kind of in September, October, these times right now. An economic bottleneck, the religious bottleneck, the governmental bottleneck, meaning the skullduggery and foolishness in all aspects of our society is being revealed at a moment-to-moment basis, it seems like. The foolishness of the people that have been dominating the world for a long time. And it's like the emperor wears no clothes.
Yeah, more and more people are waking up. I see that as
absolutely. So yeah. With that comes the collapse. And collapse is not really the correct word. I don't want to get people panicked. What it means is that the deflation, it's like a balloon that's been artificially held at a certain size. It's all just kind of collapsing in on itself, meaning deflating. And the systems of the world are changing. So September, October, I've said for 6-8 months now, Ron, you can feel the bottleneck. You can feel where all these factors are kind of, crunched into this moment. And
well, unfortunately, I felt it physically.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And we're just glad you're on the other end of that now. And what I really see is that there are factors at work in the zodiac, and these are mechanical influences on our world, on our society, and it's been that way ever since our solar system came into its current expression. And these influences through the different ages of the zodiac and the bigger cycles of time, the precessional ages, bring us to this point where we are right now. And the point is where the old systems are built on an energy of the previous age and can't withstand the changing energies, dynamics of the Aquarian age. So that's why you see everybody. That's why you see the banking industry falling apart, the government's falling apart, the religion's falling apart. All the stuff that they try to hide becomes revealed and exposed on a daily basis. That's why we have the media, the alternative media all over the internet. Stuff happens. You see it up on YouTube in an hour, and all kinds of things are happening to give us messages that the age is passing and a new age is dawning. And I think that even the people who are quite asleep as to all of this are beginning to awaken, as you mentioned early on, and that this month is really going to be a big shake 'em up kind of a world call. And it's just a very exciting time to be alive, to be aware, to be paying attention to what's going on. So I'm just glad to be able to be a part of it and to be able to share it with you and with everybody.
Yeah, I'm glad to be a part of it too. And I'll tell you, for a while there, I was having trouble breathing.
Yeah, I know.
I started seeing a holistic practitioner. Oh God, I'm just so bad remembering his name. David Ringe, Dr. David Ringe.
Yeah, I know David.
Do you know him?
Sure. David and
Yeah,
Sheila.
and she's healing too. I mean, she had the stroke, of course, and
Mhm.
she's doing much better. She's still not out of the water yet, but she's doing better. But since I've been doing the work with him, the one thing that is a constant is my breath is back. I wouldn't be able to do the exercises and stuff that I do if I was still so short of breath as I was just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, your breath is wonderful now. I mean, the way you are, you can really tell a difference from when I spoke to you a while back.
Hmm. Yeah, me too. I mean, it would literally to go from my bedroom to the garage where the refrigerator that I use on my end of the house. When I would walk that far, I'd have to sit down and catch my breath.
Yeah.
And we're talking from the bedroom to the office, down the hall to the garage. I mean, we're not talking very far, and I would get out of breath.
No.
Now it's much better. I can walk, and I can exercise for a half an hour, 40 minutes, and I'm okay.
That's good. Well, you look so much better, and we're all glad that you're up and running again. And
And I'm looking forward to some of the connections that I'm resuming, and I really think that we're going to not just build the local community, but the local community will support each other and continue to branch out to the world. But this is the Melbourne Brevard County area is a really strong spiritual area. I don't know maybe you know a little bit about some of the more historic roots of this area.
I just know that the energy of it is where I wanted to be.
Right.
And that's really all I know. And well, I look forward to the adventures that are ahead of us. And I want to just thank you for taking the time to talk to me for a little while.
Well, I look forward to more conversations, and hopefully we'll have it figured out where we can hit the camera and the microphone and all the things that need to be technologically put together. We'll hit it right on the first time next time. And
it'll be fine. We'll have all that now. And as we speak again in the future, we'll be able to tackle some specific topics rather than just dance around on some things, because I'd really like to share some ideas with people too.
I look forward to that too. And just give me an idea of what you want to talk about, and we'll open the gates and share it with whoever wants to tune in on YouTube and Facebook.
That'd be great. And just before we're done, I wanted to just mention to everybody that every Monday night I do a free conference call to the world. You can link on through your computer for free or on the phone for free, depending upon where you are in the world. And I teach on a different topic every Monday night, and people like you send me suggestions as to what you'd like me to teach upon, and I put it in the queue. And then there's always a half an hour or more of Q&A after the talk. So this really builds a sense of community. It's called our Blue Star Community Conference Calls. And you can find that. Just visit my website's the best way to go, which is, of course, www.christophertims.com.
I'll put that in the blurb too. I have the Facebook Order of the Blue Star link, but I'll put the other link in the blurb too, so that everyone that watches this video will also have that in the blurb.
That'd be cool, Ron.
So that's www.christophertims.org or
.com.
.com. Okay, very good. Thank you, Christopher, and I look forward to the next time. And I'm glad we got everything worked out so that we can figure out how to do this the way it needs to be done.
No worries, Ron. Thanks, man.
Thank you, and namaste.
Namaste.
Oops.